But that makes you wonder
What
what
other
else these apps are capable of. And that's why we ended that last episode with, is Instagram dead? Because
I think it's controlled. Controlled.
it's being controlled. No, but in all reality, when you think about these big powerful sites, right? Anything that has too much control ends up dying. And what you see is that happened in a prime example, Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
People are tired of the control, and it might be the death of dictatorship for them if they continue to fight, right? The reason why I say that is because Instagram, I feel like they have the power still, but doesn't mean that they are still alive. They could be dying in this climate. There could be a new person running up, and we don't know because we don't know the numbers. We don't know who's creating an Instagram account, who's deleting it. I see more and more people talking about deleting this app. Today there was an issue when people listen to this episode. This issue has probably been old, but it was this issue where it kept on saying we limit how often you can do certain things on Instagram to protect our community. Tell us if you think we made a mistake. Try again later. And that message was glitching on everybody. You would put okay, and it kept coming up. Like, I literally stood on my phone, Xing out of those messages and trying to restart the app, restart my phone. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Everybody's complaining about that. These are just little things, right?
What was this? This was today?
That was today.
Oh shit!
A couple of people experienced that. Well, a lot more people that I thought it was just a me thing that I clicked on something when I was looking at those settings things, allow certain content, and then that message came up. And this page I follow recently posted up that might have been what happened for them as well, because they posted right after how people can, allow sensitive content on their feed. Because you have the choice to do so. Like, when somebody takes the choice away from you and doesn't tell you, that's a form of control. When we look at Instagram today, it's only the top influencers that are being,
I really like
you know what I mean?
That kind of just...
It throws you off. It turns you off, and then you look to new sites. There's people that are more in tune with Twitch, TikTok, even some people back to Snapchat, just to talk on it. Yeah, because they updated some features. Instagram, you can see that even they're trying Twitter to incentivize too, right? People at Twitter. Twitter's doing subscriptions now and kind of like the OnlyFans thing, but like subscriptions, or people can like tip you and stuff like that. But you see now Instagram is seeing all that, and now they're allowing people to buy badges. They're allowing people to get paid from Reels to get soon. That hasn't dropped yet. But even on IGTV is going to be incentivized so you can get off YouTube, because all these other places are pulling audience away from Instagram. Yeah, it might be feeling for them. It might feel like for them that they're losing a grip on the attention from people.
They are. I mean, they've really reached the peak.
They're at their peak, and that's the thing that we came across that video talking about TikTok rising, Instagram dying. Some people are still going to be in love with Instagram. There was plenty of people that stayed on MySpace until MySpace was no more.
Bro, I feel like even when you use TikTok, your content has a greater opportunity to get actually people to see it.
It is. It's
proof. I have done it.
Designed for that.
I have done it, and I'd posted content with just me showing hats. Yeah. One hat, and it just went 11,000, almost 12,000 views, almost over 1,700. No, is it like 1,900 likes? What? On Instagram, you gotta fight for that. You gotta fight for that on Instagram.
What app do you use to learn things from?
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Mm-hmm. What do you use for entertainment today?
YouTube.
Do y'all still use Instagram often?
I'm more in tune with the hat community, and all the different stores that drop in different hats. That's caused me to be involved to Instagram more, because you know what Instagram does when they see that you're involved in something, they start feeding you hats from everywhere. So now my feed is full of people posting hats and hats too.
You're following that,
yeah. And since I'm following it, that was catching my attention right now. So.
And that brings to the point of what we've been learning about these social media apps, right? Like, Instagram has reached a place. Right? So for the audience, right? Some of y'all might not understand this, and this is some of the things that we've learned in network marketing. Like there's phases that company goes through, and that's just not network marketing, but in any company, right? It's the launch phase, the growth phase, and then the profit.
No, the launch.
phase.
Yeah, well, the launch
launch-
growth is momentum. Same thing.
So when these companies launch, like TikTok did, right? Who's gonna use them the most? Kids. Same. Instagram was a kids thing. We were on Facebook.
Yeah.
You got to remember how the story goes.
And Instagram was only for Apple users, for people that
Apple
had
users, and it was only photos, right?
Only pictures.
So the evolution, you've seen it. We've all seen the evolution. But the business side of things is, hey, now we're focused on keeping you on the app. There's something that people say that is like a myth, but there's some truth to it, where when you post something, log out of the app, and you'll see more notifications and more likes come through your Instagram, because Instagram is notifying you people are engaged with your content to get you back on the app. They want people to stay on the app. So the reason why it feels more controlled is because they're giving people the platform. They're giving the platform to the people that have people's attention, the people that are reliable. And who are those people? The
that's
content creators,
that's
the influencers.
trick.
Yeah, they
So
all day.
I'm about to log off right now.
No, but look, the influencers, right? TikTok is finding its influencers. It has Instagram influencers on their app, but now people are exploring content. Now they're letting you put 3-minute videos up.
Yeah.
So what happens on TikTok is there's new creators emerging.
Because they're still trying to figure out too their niche, like what works. Cause
What are they going to be?
Instagram
Is it going to
already-
be dances? Because TikTok is mostly for dances, right? That's like what we think. When we think TikTok is we got to dance on there.
Yeah.
But tomorrow they might be educational. So there might be a place where you can find good tips, kind of like YouTube on certain things. Do it your
Instagram
own.
too. Even Instagram gives you like nice little like.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and
nice
and,
little
and there's a
snippets
lot
on
of
there.
things that TikTok has created that Instagram has bited off them.
The reels.
But normally when Instagram does that, they take the company out of business. That
They
hasn't
haven't
happened
done
with
that with
TikTok,
TikTok.
bro.
They
This is
did
the
it- they did it
first
with
company
Snapchat for a
that's,
little bit.
that's really like
We
competing
here.
with them.
We out here.
So that's why it led me to that question: is Instagram dying, or is it already dead and we just haven't noticed it yet? We see that shit. We post something up, we get almost no engagement.
Yeah, that
People are
that-
turned off already. People been turned off.
But
People
not
are
even
numb to
they-
some of this shit, bro.
They control even the amount of people that get to see your views, and it's like they're forcing you to pay for ads
Yeah.
if you want to if you want to catch a broader audience. I feel like TikTok, they're not doing that right now. So even if you're not paying, they don't even have that option that you pay for ads. Do they? No, right?
There's something that TikTok is doing that my cousin recently, he handles the TikTok account, and he pointed out that they're allowing you to buy like attention in some way. It's not ads. It's kind of like another way of engagement, but it basically like funnels your shit to just a bunch of random audiences, and it might be annoying. It might get annoying.
Okay.
Because you can pay for it, different budgets, and it's basically like another way of buying followers.
Okay.
But I see that they are in a stage of growth. So it's the same thing. When you used to post something on Instagram, I promise you're probably listening to this and probably noticing that when you would post something on Instagram versus when you started on Instagram, the likes come in a lot slower.
Absolutely.
Super slow, right?
Wait, it's like some people don't even get to see your content.
And what makes you think you're saying, yo, I'm not getting likes like I used to. And you think it's something about your content. You might think it's something about you. People don't
Especially
fuck
if
with
you
no
don't
more.
even know like what's going on.
You don't understand the algorithm.
Yeah,
So
you
now
don't know
you're
the business of
confused.
it.
That's why some people have been like taking detoxes from Instagram, right? Because it's fucking with their mental health. Because now they're like, I need to figure out the algorithm. You can't understand that shit. It's not made for us to understand
man,
it.
Fuck them likes. Go live in real life, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So when you look at people numbing, people kind of like just getting over the fake shit, like there's so many ways that social media has been weaponized that some people are just being like, you know what? I think it's cooler to be private. There's a lot more people that are like, yo, I think I'm cool. I'm cool with having my life private. You don't gotta know everything I'm doing. There's more and more of wave of people saying that and doing that, right?
It's happening a lot more. People are detoxing and people are
Yes.
getting rid of that shit.
Yes.
a lot more.
And then what they do is they'll go on TikTok and do little funny shit that doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be like this. This is what I'm living in. Even
Nah,
though there's
it's
some
more-
people that have really nice houses and they show
That's
that in
what
their
I
videos.
feel-
But
yeah,
it's
bro.
motivational. It's like, oh, that's a nice
Yeah.
scenery. It's appealing to my eyes. You know, that's what it was on Instagram. Instagram was really dope. Pictures were the ones that would get the most in engagement because people were like, those pictures are amazing.
Yeah.
Then
This
it
is what's
became-
happening with TikTok.
It became, and then have y'all noticed? Yo, I posted a video on TikTok and they took it down because it said like it was racial or it was like
The
it
heck
was
did you
hate.
post?
Bro, it was one of the check your mentals when I'm talking about even if you have to roughen them up a little bit. Like he ain't about that life, and they took that down, bro.
Yeah?
They took that video down.
That's crazy.
So yeah, and I'm not even saying nothing hateful. I'm
Nah.
actually
So that they consider that like a hate speech.
like a hate speech. They consider that a hate speech.
See those little things like there's a
That's
little
the thing
bit
that
of-
they're
there's a
doing.
little
They're
things-
like
crazy.
really they're really like
Anal, I would say.
with their content.
Yeah.
Like you can't put all the bullshit that you're putting on Instagram all day. You can't get that off on TikTok. And I feel like that's what's filtering all the bullshit. Like they're not allowing that
I guess
bullshit,
it's still
bro.
for kids still.
Yeah,
for the most part,
they're
'cause it
not
was for
allowing.
kids.
It
Yeah,
is,
so
it
they're
is.
not allowing you
It is.
to put
when
no
they
bullshit.
start scaling, bro, is when you'll see the adults ditching Instagram to go do TikToks.
Yeah, and then they're gonna
And that's
start
what
changing that
Instagram
around.
is trying to avoid. That's why they're trying to incentivize creators. Creators, bro. There's somebody that recently, shout out to that you know, strong woman. I'm gonna find her name out. I'm gonna find the article, but she copyrighted her dance. It was like the first
Was it the
thing-
twins? The twins? It was some
Nah,
twins.
It was one of the girls that created one of these dances from Meg Thee
yeah,
Stallion.
it was twins. It was the twins. They were twins. I saw that.
That shit was hard. You know how that conversation has been going around for a while of can you copyright a dance that
They
you create,
should, bro.
Bro, Fortnite was using some of these kids' dances
Word.
on a video game,
And nobody
bro,
was getting
and
paid
nobody
for
was
that.
getting paid.
Wow.
You know 2 Milli? How many people
Millie Rock.
Millie Rock, bro?
Yeah.
And,
2 million.
and use
Millie
that
Rock on any
business
block.
commercials, blah blah blah, and he get nothing,
Nothing
for that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you're right.
You create something, bro. Creating is creating. That's why it's like a podcast is a creation.
Yeah.
Like everything that it's intellectual property, it's yours. You brung this shit from your mind out to the world. Every single day we're walking into somebody's idea.
Yeah.
When you walk into a store, that was somebody's idea, and you're walking into a physical proof of that idea.
Word.
So when you're listening to somebody's shit, that was an idea in their brain and they materialized it.
Yeah.
Art is subjective because of whoever or whatever society deems
When you see
popular.
a dance, when you
But
see a move,
everything is unique and everything is yours.
Yeah.
So when can you say this is mine? When somebody sees your shit and says, "I'm gonna use this shit because this looks kind
And
of
no
hot,"
monetize.
and you can't monetize off this shit.
And it happens to a lot of. I feel like I remember I was going around one time. I was doing a dance. I called it a chancleta. You know what I'm saying? And then I seen.
He gonna do that at the end of
You know what I'm
this.
saying? And then I
Yeah.
seen Soldier Boy hit something similar. I went crazy.
I
I'm
remember
like, yo,
that. I remember that.
Cause I feel like
I remember that.
I feel like
You was
even,
posting that shit on your
I
on the
feel
gram.
like, bro, I was getting a lot of reposts. Who is to say that they didn't run across me doing that? You know what I'm saying? You don't
Today,
know that, bro.
Instagram is a place where it's like we were talking with
Right.
Malcolm, man. Shout out to Malcolm. He recently had a billboard sign put up.
Yeah, shout out to Malcolm, man.
Big accomplishment for him. But we were talking with him, and he was like, "Yo, there's definitely people in Nike that's peeping the people that are doing customs, and they're
Yeah.
getting
You know what I'm saying?
inspiration for their next colorway."
You can't tell me that. The
And
person
they
like
corny, by the
Malcolm,
way, when they come up with something like yeah, that nigga's trying too hard.
think
Nike
about
be
it.
trying too
A
hard.
person like Malcolm that has 30-something thousand followers.
50 plus.
50.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who is to say that? And how many people repost his stuff?
Yeah.
These
And
people,
and
he reaches these people.
And it's not small people. Like he has connection with Mach.
Yes.
And that dude has connections with the sneaker industry. So you can't tell me that somebody
He's
that's
connected.
in charge of peeping the scene and seeing what's hot in the streets, what are people doing? They probably patrol some of the people that are customizers because
Yeah.
there's people that sell sneakers like they
Bro.
were their own. Like they can't do that. That's not right. But he makes these custom sneakers off his own brain,
Yeah.
his own ideas.
His
He
own
puts colors
creativity.
together and gets inspired
He
by
body
something.
your stuff, man.
Yeah, we're gonna post that episode when we pick up that custom pair of sneakers that he made for
body that.
for me. But that represents the Cause and Effect podcast, man, and it was beautiful. But that alone, like I looked at that shit and I was like, damn, I wish I could just frame these shits, but I want to wear them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like that's art.
Yeah.
That's your property, bro. When
Yeah.
you make music, that's your property. So when people talk about like, and I'm gonna go on a small rant just because like we're past that Instagram shit. Yeah, Instagram to me is dead. I think that is you shit. Bring this back up a year from now.
Yeah.
This conversation.
It's declining. It's gonna continue to decline.
But intellectual property is more important than ever. So when we out here on Instagram, when you're promoting your music, you gotta be mindful of all that shit. Yo, who's using this for that reason? Like how can I make sure that people don't steal these?
And that's another thing. Instagram is
these
not
ideas.
Instagram is not helping you share your ideas unless you have a
Yeah,
big crowd
you-
already following you or you pay for it.
That's
or
why I
something
fuck with YouTube in a sense, bro, because it's dates and times when you post your shit, and that kind of like it means something, bro.
There's some type of like track
with
like
YouTube,
the,
right?
like,
yo.
footprints of where this came from, and that's what they were trying to do with NFTs. The reason why they were so crazy about the NFT wave because NFTs were going to be something where you were able to create a digital footprint on your art, and that will be tracked back to you. And every time that person that bought it from you sells it to somebody else, whatever they make from it, you would see a profit from that.
Which is
because
very powerful.
That is an important thing, bro. There's no way that these artists that create paintings sell their paint to somebody, and those paintings tomorrow are worth millions of dollars, and they don't see 1 cent from that.
Yeah,
I think that shit is wrong.
That sucks.
That's bullshit.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I see this as something that just came from this conversation, but it's important to look at because tomorrow everything we post on Instagram is content. We're fueling an app that benefits from our data.
Yeah.
That's our shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now you're looking at the next wave. You might be looking at that. You know how people say, yo, you got to look at Apple before Apple was Apple.
Yeah.
If you invest in Apple before Apple was Apple or Amazon was Amazon,
millionaire right
you'll
now.
be a millionaire, right? Sometimes you got to think like that about things you invest your time in. And apps like these are something that we probably spend most of our life or gonna spend most of our life moving forward because these shits ain't going away.
Yeah. No.
Word.
So when you spend time on these apps, man, think about your intellectual property, your content, and think about your time that you're investing on that app. And maybe Instagram was your first rodeo. Tomorrow, TikTok might be your second. If you just use Instagram to bullshit around, maybe you use that same energy on TikTok and you might gain something from it.
Yeah.
Whether it's a great network that tomorrow might buy something you're selling. Because you never know when you're going to become a business owner. That should be happening to some people. They was working a regular job, and then tomorrow they came up with an idea, and they had a great following on Instagram. They presented the idea, and it blew up. But some of those people basically prepared in some shape or form. They kind of did the work.
They already had
that
the
was able
foundation.
to shape that foundation to be able to propel that. You know, for you starting out today is a beautiful day to start.
Yeah.
If you don't have any social media accounts, which I find pretty hard to find, not just one app that you have, like WhatsApp is still a social media app. Like if you don't have nothing and you was like, yo, what app should I create a fucking TikTok account. Find your niche, find things to repost. If you're not the one behind the camera, find content that you want to share with people.
Yeah.
And use that as a stepping stone to the next thing that might be a part of your life. That's just my view on it, bro. Like if we're gonna spend our time on Instagram, if we're gonna spend our time on TikTok, we're looking at other people's lives.
Looking at people's lives.
We can
And
suffer
getting
from
thrown
depression.
commercials.
We're putting all this
commercials all day.
propaganda in our face, bro. We're consuming all this shit. It's not doing well for our mental health. I think everybody is suffering from mental health right now.
Of course. To
Everybody.
different extents. And it sucks that, a lot of creators are trying to make it from the bottom up on Instagram. They're struggling because it's like, how they gonna get the reach that they want to get without having to pay big bucks, without having to pay big promo on IG. Like, creators are struggling, like new up-and-coming creators are struggling on IG too. That's why if you're a new up-coming creator, get on the wave. I know people that don't want to, they're stubborn. They don't want to go on the TikTok. They don't want to go on the new
They
thing.
don't
But it's like,
understand this shit. You didn't understand
Listen.
Instagram either, bro.
Exactly, but then look at you. You hopped on late, though. A lot of people hopped on late. And that's what happened. You missed that bus, like you said. You missed that wave. But now you have an opportunity to get on a new wave.
And it's not, in TikTok is only a dance app until somebody makes it something else.
Uh-huh.
And you could be a part of
And
those
it becomes
people
a
that
trend.
start. Tomorrow it's a cooking show. The next day is a fucking comedy show.
Bro.
It's a channel that you create and you find and fish for
Insta-
the audience.
Instagram-
I'm posting all hats in there. Fire.
Bro, Instagram was all about just sharing your experiences, family, and stuff like that. Then it evolved into sharing cars. Now you have a whole section of cars. Then it evolves into sharing about comedy stuff. Then everybody started being a comedian on Instagram. Nobody used to do comedy on Instagram until somebody just was the first person who did it, and then it popped
And you
off.
got people becoming celebrities or actors in Hollywood films off of their comedy skits on Instagram.
So the potential is
Instagram was perfect for the people that got on that wave
at that
early,
time,
right?
in the right time.
Today, we've looked into things that tell us that if you do these things, you will see engagement on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all, we can run through these lists on another episode, but it's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people want to do that.
It's a lot of work. Like Instagram is becoming more and more and more and more work. TikTok is not.
Because again, it's authority based. It's controlled. It's, hey, can you prove yourself for us to give you these beautiful views?
AKA, can you put the time in on IG and be here consistently?
And if you're
get the
consistent, then you gotta
quality
bring
stuff.
it. Then you gotta bring the quality stuff. But there's people that ain't bringing quality. They're just
It's the
consistently
content.
posting.
And the content, the content is really
Yo,
important.
consistency
Yeah.
is key, bro.
Yeah. So like one thing about Instagram, if you believe in Instagram to this day, you can make something happen if you have something unique, if you're consistent, and if you're paying attention to what's getting attention on Instagram. You might be able to fall into that side of things where you're lucky. And let me get this logo back on here. And you get the engagement. If you're doing something unique, you have a place on Instagram still, because they're looking for unique content. They're not just looking for anybody. TikTok is a place where I just need people's attention here. So whatever you bring to the table is accepted, and we're gonna give you engagement until tomorrow. You're one of the people that we consider the influencer on TikTok.
And they're able to, because they're still all over the place. TikTok doesn't have any type of real structure when it comes to all of this marketing and all that stuff. They're still trying to figure it out because they're brand new still. You know what I mean? They're still growing. They're still in the growth phase. So take advantage now while they're still kind of a little scattered, trying to figure things out, and then put yourself in a good place, in a good position. You know what I mean?
Listen, my kid wants to get on social media. I'm gonna make sure they start on the right platform. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna make sure they look at that as a business opportunity.
Yeah.
Instead of just somewhere to go bullshit and try to brag about shit and try to just like waste your time on it. Because I think that's part of the issue, and I want to attack that issue later on another episode of some of the side effects. Because we talked about these side effects before, and it was kind of like a prediction. Yo, we're going to see stuff like this happening. This might cause this, and then we're seeing it today. Yeah. And I think that it's cool to bring that back up and remind the audience of a conversation we've had prior, where we talk about the side effects of all this shit that we're constantly taking in our brains and all this information. You know, like it's important to just kind of like keep that conversation going. Not too many people are talking about it. Everybody just wants to be a part of the news. Everybody wants to be a part of what's being reposted the most. And nobody's really looking at some certain issues that are affecting some communities, some people. Like, honestly, when you said that you were detoxing from Instagram, right? I felt like, yo, is this a trend? Because right after that, I saw 4, 5, 6 other people just say, yo, I'm off this. I'm off this. I was like, yo, what is going on? The last guest we've had for Overtime, she talked about I'm off it. And I'm like, yo, but why people off the app? Because for me, I wanted to have I was going to have a small rant about this before we end the show.
Go ahead, sure.
I felt like some people were detoxing off of Instagram because they were close to getting exposed. They living a life that's not really theirs. They burning out. They got to go re-up. Yeah. And they say they detoxing to go re-up and then come back and flaunt some other shit. Yeah. They can't keep up with the image they're trying to portray. And there's some of you that are actually doing that. You're going to stay in that cycle, and you're going to have to continue to detox from Instagram, and you're going to continue to use mental health as a crutch on something that might be just you. It might just be you. I'm not speaking for everybody that actually needs that shit, because there's people that actually need that, to need that peace of mind, to need to get away from all this negative shit, that need to focus on themselves and just not feel like they're falling behind because they're paying attention to other people's lives. Yeah. Some people in that area might be affected for real in that. I feel like there's some people that using that and saying, yo, I'm gonna just get off here. Yo, you was off for like 90, 100 days. You was out for a whole year. Yeah, I was just trying to get right my mental health, and then they come back, flaunt all this shit, do all these things, and then they back and they out.
I don't follow too many celebrities. Like I don't follow.
It's not even so much about
I
following
don't follow
celebrities.
rappers. I follow regular people that's doing regular shit. Cause I notice when it comes to like celebrities and shit like that,
Yeah.
that even if you don't want to, you start comparing, bro.
Even
You,
it doesn't have
you
to
start comparing, man. Even if you do it real quick, like damn, that's a good. You're comparing your life for that 1 second. So it's like once I caught myself doing that, and then I felt like some like teachers on, bro. I don't got rappers, they gotta promote themselves, but some of them promote a lot of ignorant, dumb shit that ain't good for my mental state. I don't want to listen to that. I feel like if you ain't on my type of time, no disrespect to any artist, if you ain't on the type of time that I'm on, like on some peaceful mental health shit, I don't want to hear shit that you gotta say, bro. Cause it's like you just polluting our people to think bullshit. So like, I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
the music, and sometimes even regular people. Like sometimes we compare to our regular people who we might know, we grew up with or whatever. You look at it like, damn, son, you know, like you're in a great place right now. Shout out to you, but like, damn, like you compare. At the end of the day, you
Exactly.
still
Yeah.
compare
Yeah.
yourself. to
Is
that.
it comparing or is it you pressuring yourself to feel like you're supposed to be
Yeah.
in that place in life?
I think
I
it's
think
a little
it's
bit
that.
of both.
You know,
It's a
because
little bit of both, but a
comparing
lot
it,
of that.
comparing, I would be like, oh, this is my life, this is yours, your life looks better than mine.
Oh no.
Sometimes that's comparing to me. That's how I interpret that. For
You're
me,
right about
I
that.
feel like it's more of measuring.
Yeah.
Measuring our age and our time and saying, damn, this kid is a rapper, 21 years old, and he's traveling the world. I'm still stuck at home. Like, I feel like that's also comparing.
Pressure.
But that's also just putting like this measurement on what your life, your timeline should be.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm 30, don't have kids yet. Who said that's the measuring stick of when
Yeah,
you're
when I-
supposed
when-
to have
and
kids?
that-
Well,
that's-
society.
yeah.
Well, build your own society.
That's another thing too. Society is very influential, and a lot of things you see online is society based. So it's like sometimes you
everything's
just wanna,
society based.
just wanna take a
hence,
break. You know that.
hence the word influencers.
Mhm.
They influence people, and it could be bad influence. It could be a good influence,
Yeah.
right? There's people that are spreading good, positive message. You got cause and effect. You got
Yeah.
BYOB. You got check your mental. But then you got other people that are just talking about the shit that's just built to
You want to hear something funny?
destroy your mind, man.
Like I saw this and I just had to, and I don't no disrespect to this man. You know, he made it out from Jersey, but he commented something that kind of like it left me like with a question mark in my head. It was Fat Boy SSC, right? He commented, he was like, man, people always want to play around. People joking around all the time. When you gonna be serious? Da, da, da. And I was like, man, he right. People do play around. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, bro, you made a whole career playing around.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, but it was just like, who you put on the show for, bro? Like,
And that's where they'll use the fact that they're entertainers and people got to know the difference between reality
and
and
entertainment.
I
entertainment.
guess some people like that,
And that's the problem. There's blurred lines before
Yeah.
that. Like,
and
you
people
see,
confuse
like,
it.
Yo, there was
People get
people
caught
that-
up in the entertainment part.
When people saw the J-Lo and Alexin, that mic hit his face mad hard. You heard
Yeah,
that?
man,
You saw
that shit was
that?
crazy.
That's why I'm assuming on
He
you.
ate the mic.
That's why I'm assuming on you in this part.
That's how I was like, man, I was like,
No,
In my mind, I'm like, yo, they ain't made a whole career.
No, I
playing
was gonna
around.
say like you have people that were saying that J-Lo's and A-Rod's relationship was goals, right? The minute they broke up, now it's J-Lo's goals because
She's pimping out here.
she's out here doing her thing, right?
Yeah.
And some women champion something that they have no idea the backstory about that, right? And that becomes in their head some sort of reality or standard.
Because
You
that's what
gotta
they
do
see.
this. You gotta do this. I gotta
Because
have
that's what
this.
they see.
like-
That's all they see on social media. All you see is that.
The glamour, the cool,
Yeah.
and the
I mean,
people
we always
that-
talk
you know
about
what I
this
mean?
in different
in
methods.
different aspects.
I mean-
but it's just a reality that people gotta continue to. We gotta keep chipping away at this shit, bro, because this shit is gonna be our kids growing up in this
Yeah.
shit. There's gonna be us living in this shit.
Yeah.
You know, like creating false realities. You know, sucked into this thing. You know.
and that's one of the reasons why I decided to just delete it, like deactivated it. But another thing is because I just saw myself sometimes. You saw that.
You saw yourself doing something else, right?
Relax, relax.
He said he saw himself doing it. Whoop.
Let me just put this, man. Let me fix this right, bro. No, but I just saw myself sometimes like randomly just clicking on the freaking app. Like for no reason. Like I could be sitting here and I just get bored for 1
I do
second.
that shit.
I
do
go
that
on my
shit.
phone
Do that shit right now.
and then I just open it.
I do that
And
shit
I
all-
have no reason to open
Yep,
the freaking
yep.
app.
You know how many arguments I get into because like I'll get text messages,
I
right?
do it like this.
And I don't open the text
Random.
message.
But you go
and
to
then-
Instagram.
And then I go on Instagram, right? And then my girl would send me something on DM,
Yeah.
something funny that was like an hour ago, and I go and laugh at that shit.
Yeah.
And then I get the phone call. I get the fucking phone call. Also, you can fucking like that and comment on that, but you can't text me back.
You
What
can't
the fuck
call me,
am I-
motherfucker. Call you.
And I'm like, yo, it's literally an unconscious thing that I do where I
yeah.
just fucking click the Instagram fucking
It-
app, bro.
And it was becoming that for me. And I'm like, yo, this is not right. I'm over here
yo.
just when I'm bored, the first thing I do. And I caught myself after I deleted it, I was still going on my phone looking for something. If it wasn't IG,
fucking click on.
bruh, listen.
I
This
did
is
that
how
same
bad.
shit.
This is how
I
bad
be
it
doing the
was.
same shit.
This is how bad it was, my nigga. For no reason, I just go on my bank and just look at my account. Just because I needed to click on something, nigga. I needed to see
Yo,
something,
we
nigga.
doing the same shit.
I go on my bank account. Like, let me
Sabe.
see. Do I got some money here?
Déjame ver si me
Oh.
robaron algo.
What transactions have I been making lately?
That
Did
shit
they charge
crazy.
me already? Like,
And then you
random
think you
shit,
did
dog.
something.
I
Then you
thi-
think you did something.
Yeah, because you
Honestly,
wanted to scratch the itch, my
I
nigga.
think is I don't know. I feel like that's anxiety, bro. I feel
It
like that's
is.
the way to
It's
cope with it.
partially-
Is
it's
the way
partially
you
that.
cope with anxiety, because that's how I cope with my anxiety. I'm always antsy to see what's going on. Let me see. So I go on the
Nigga.
phone. It's just like
I go on my
mechanism.
email sometimes for no reason. I'm like, I got nothing
yo,
important there. What the
I'm
fuck am I going on my
telling you,
email?
bro. I do the
I'll keep
same
it a
thing,
bean.
bro.
There's times, right, I'm next to my girl, and it's the fucking itch to just grab and look
Your
at the
phone and
app,
just
right?
look.
Yeah.
But then I have this issue, right, where I feel like there's gonna be something on that timeline that's gonna make me look, and I'm gonna get caught at the wrong time looking, right? And I just go into my email, start scrolling through my email,
For no reason.
and
just
start
like,
deleting shit. Oh, this is spam.
yeah, this is
I got
old.
I got 33,000 unread fucking emails, dog.
Yo,
the
that's
fuck I'm
wildin'.
doing on my email?
The fuck doesn't matter what's there anymore at this point. After yo,
33,000, my nigga.
after 10Ks.
Let me
like,
look. Let me look. I
kids.
could be lying. It's probably way more than that right now.
Let me see how many emails.
I got 52,000.
I don't think niggas.
And this nigga like, come on, just look.
Are you fucking
Yo.
kidding me? But that's
But
the itch.
That's
of,
the itch.
And then,
Bro,
and then
that's
I'm
the main
thinking
reason why I
about.
did it.
I'm thinking about not arguing. Like,
Mine just
yo,
say
you on Instagram
99
again?
plus. They don't even say the number.
I'm taking
I
my
want
email,
email.
babe. I'm taking my email, girl. I got some important shit
Absolutely.
coming in.
Absolutely.
But that's one of the reasons why I deleted it. I'm like, yo, this itch, yo. I can't.
Bro,
be
the
going back to that
Snapchat.
shit,
Well, as soon as the Snapchat was started to sound to be looked at as a sneaky link app,
Yeah,
delete
forget
that
about
fucking
it.
app
I
off
don't-
my
I
phone.
Can't rely on that.
I-
Delete that shit off my phone, my
Yeah,
man.
I was in the Snapchat.
I'm good.
I was into it, bro. I like
wasn't
that.
into it.
I got
Nah,
some
that
stuff.
shit was good.
I went
ain't
through
get-
some
I
stuff
ain't-
there.
Me, I ain't. That's the only stage of life that I kind of skipped. I really skipped Snapchat.
I loved it, bro. Snapchat was everything. I was like,
I
oh,
skipped
and I send it, I delete it because some freaky shit and get
I
deleted.
skipped it. Yeah, I
There
skipped it. I
is
skipped Snapchat.
no files.
Nigga, I use
It was
Snapchat,
just
man.
too much at the point.
Nah, I
It was
get
like
it.
I had Facebook,
I was-
and Instagram.
I was late
and
already. I was late
like,
to the Snapchat game, but
I ain't
But
I had
that,
Twitter
I
at the
think
time
that was
too.
cool because at the time I feel like Instagram had a point where it was like there's nothing new on Instagram, and Snapchat was that new thing, the filters, and it was just cool because it disappeared, and if you said something and you didn't want to be traced back to you delete that shit disappeared. As soon as that shit started saving messages and people are pinning messages, I'm like,
nah.
this is a fucking
It's a trap, nigga. It's a fucking trap.
because although you add people based off your contact list, at one point this shit started suggesting friends, and I was like, nah, nigga, we not doing that.
we
like,
don't
I'm
need
just gonna
this.
get away from this app.
Yeah, and I ain't really. I had it for a little bit. I just didn't. I'm like, nah, this is just another app, and I deleted it. Yeah, nah.
But that's the thing though. That's how we will miss a wave because we feel like we did enough already building our Instagram, and we
Yeah,
haven't
it's-
done it.
It's so
We haven't done it.
draining,
Because
though, man.
it's draining as
so
fuck,
fucking
bro.
draining.
It's
But if
draining.
if you wanna make it out here, if you wanna be seen primarily, you gotta try the new
started
ways.
But that's the problem. That's where it's draining when you're trying to be seen.
I started with the
Instead of
TikTok.
trying to give somebody something of value. The reason why you're able to do what you're doing now is because you feel like you're doing something that's giving value versus trying to get attention. There's two different things.
Yeah.
That's facts. But at the same time, if you are trying to do that, you gotta get on the latest thing sometimes too. Like even though you are trying to deliver something positive, something different, something more impactful,
That's why
something more
I
with more
use-
weight.
I use
It's
it on-
important for you to do it in the platform
That's
that's a
what I
hit.
was saying. I started using it on TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't promote nothing bad. On TikTok is literally I got workout videos.
Yeah.
I got videos of me making a green smoothie fucking videos of me with hats. It's just more. I feel like on TikTok I'm getting more like a personal type of feel to my people.
You don't even gotta take pictures on
Yeah,
TikTok.
it's just it's all videos.
You
it's
gonna
all
look
videos.
for moments where videos are relevant, man.
And then it's like finding the little like you learn how to do the little cool things. You zoom it out, zoom in.
Yeah.
All right.
So I want to
Well
leave this
said,
with the
baby.
audience, man. What app do you use for entertainment, knowledge? Do you think Instagram is dying or already dead? And what app do you prefer if it's not Instagram? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you share with somebody you love. Comment, subscribe,
Oh man.
support the merch, support the team, UDM Network.
Oye, que ya no, señor.